In this episode, I do something wrong. That's not how you do it, but it worked. And then I put a glove on. Oh yes. And put some stuff on paper. Hello, welcome to the first long episode of me fixing a car on this channel. It has been exciting and interesting and it's even fun for me to do this. It takes a little bit longer and the editing is, I'm not good at that, so I'm still learning. Bear with me. If you find anything that I should do, please let me know. Give me some feedback. Otherwise, enjoy, subscribe or like the video, and hope you enjoy. Let's go. Now, before I got this great idea of starting a YouTube channel and documenting everything I do with this car and hopefully other cars, I started to pull this apart, the front end, the cooler and the AC condenser, because the AC system needs service as well. And I thought that's great way to get a little bit closer to the engine and replace the valve cover seals and whatnot. But then I started to look and think, and there's more seals, the crankshaft seals, both ends, and the back end is towards the gearbox. Then the gearbox needs to be removed, and removing the gearbox in car is, I would say, not possible, because there's simply no room for it. So then the engine needs to come out, and being this far, I thought, let's do it now and don't wait. So that's what we're going to prepare for now. My thinking here is that I want to lower the subframe with the engine and the steering rack, and then we can pull it forward and out. So we need to remove this front beam. That shouldn't be a problem. Then we can clear the engine and the gearbox, and we just lower it and pull it out. Simple as that. So what do we need to disconnect? We need to disconnect the drive shafts. Front end, we need to take the exhaust off, and we need to pull a little bit of some wires, the gearbox linkage and drive shafts towards the rear, because this is a four-wheel drive car. And I think that's it in theory, so we'll see. But today we will start to remove the hood and prepare for taking the engine out. This will be fun, I think. It doesn't look fun, but I think it's going to be fun. So let's start. Just clean these off a little and then mark them so we know where they go. Makes it easier to put it back. Just need to disconnect these wires here. Oh, I didn't need to disconnect that. Okay. Go back. Yeah. Take this on. This is removed. Go. thought is that we lower the hood and then pull it forward, and then we should be able to just pick it up and walk away with it. We don't have to remove the last 2 bolts. Perfect. That's easy enough. Now let's just put it away without damaging anything. How do we do this? It's a little bit tight, but I think we can manage. Okay, wasn't so bad. There we go. Now we just need something to put behind it. I found a dog mat, or whatever you call it. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Now, look. Space. Next step, I think we will try to remove. We won't try, we will remove the harness. Wiring harness, and I think it will be easier to just remove it from the engine than to, I don't know, we'll see, because we need to take this one out of the fuse box here, or we need to remove all of these other parts from the engine. And this harness looks like crap anyway. Everything is just so brittle, falling apart. We need to service this as well, just fix it up. Yeah. So we still need to remove it from the car. Then we need to find a way to put it back. So let's see if we can just remove it entirely. And the only thing in the way of that is these wires coming from here, going into this box. So we need to take this box apart. There we go. Okie doke. It looks like we could take these piles off here somehow. This is stuck in the box. How can we get it out of the box? Now it's loose. Yes, look at that. Perfect. Now, just need to get rid of these wires as well. We didn't even need to do that, I think, because yes, no. So that's not how you do it, but it worked. We didn't even need to do that, I think, because yes, no. So that's not how you do it, but it worked. We can put these screws back because they didn't do anything for us. Look at that. Perfect. So let's put this in a bag. This. Protect it a little bit from something. I don't really know what, but feels better to have it in a bag. Let's see if we can do this. Yep. No problemo. There we go. Now, wasn't that fun? I can release this. Need to release this one as well. Let's pull on there. Two bolts there. Okay. Blue one to the front and the yellow one to the back. This. Was. It's loose. And now the linkage for the gearbox. Front end, just push it down, pull it up, and in the back, it's just pull it up like this. Yeah, and there we go. And this should be in the car, and this should follow the gearbox down there. Okay. Now it looks like we are free on this side down here, all the way through here. Still need to disconnect these two water lines for the coolant, and then we are good here. Oh, yeah, we need to release the fuel lines. And then there's nothing more here. And then it is this line to the AC pump. And I think we will take it up here. It looks better. Easier to protect from dirt. And this one is also clear. So, okay. Probably some coolant in there. Let's see. Nothing. It's good. And the lower one. From bottom, of course. Is it? Clips. Yes. There we go. Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now we're good. Yeah, this one as well. So we need to release this. Pull this up. Pull it off. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Let's put it in here. There we go. There. Okay. And this car has the winter package as well, one of the things that I installed when I bought it. So I need to disconnect this one. Then back here's the connector, and the wire goes through firewall and down to the subframe, so that needs to come loose. So let's do that now. Is that enough? No. Still need to pull it up more. And this one needs this special tool. So as you saw on the first connection, it was just a matter of just pushing, bending a little bit with a screwdriver and then pulling the connection. The second one is a little bit trickier. Can do it without tools, but you need something that is round and you can press it in underneath the connectors, the female part of the connection. So this is a tool set that does this, and I think we will need this one because these are aluminium and a little bit stiff, so I think this is the one we need to go with, and we'll see if we can push that in. This is probably a little bit fiddly because there's not much room for me to put my hands in here, but you see this hose makes it impossible to put something over here and then push it in underneath this connector, so that's why we need the plastic one, that gives a little bit more wiggle room. So Let's see if we can get this in underneath on both sides. Yeah, there we go. And then it's supposed to push it in. And then pull this off. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Easy enough. And then we just pull it off here, so it's free from the subframe. Just push them in there. Okay, so next up we have this ground connection there. Goes to the chassis over here. It's dirty, so you almost can see it. And then we have this AC line. We'll disconnect it here. And then we have this connection here. And after that, I think we should be clear. There we go. Okay. Let's pull this out. There we go. Put the screw back in there. Okay, so now we're free. Last few connections are off. I found also that this power steering line is attached. Two bolts, one here, one here. So now it's free and should follow the subframe down. So, okay, I think that's it for the connections up here. Now, next step, I need to raise the car a little bit. We need to find somewhere else to store that. And then we are going to disconnect the drive shaft, the exhaust, the steering from the wheels and, or not the wheels, the hubs. Whatever they're called, and from the steering wheel. So 3 connections. We need the exhaust pipe, the drive shaft, and then we should be good to go, I think, hopefully. Let's see. But first things first, raising the car and all that stuff needs to be done another day. So I'm going to look at the fuel rail now, clean the injectors, and also clean the injectors, fix the harness, and clean the fuel rail in itself. So that's next. Now we're going to take a look at this fuel injection rail and the fuel injectors. I already started this out with pulling one of them off, and they are a little bit brittle, I think. Let's see if we can hear this. Let's see if this is... Yeah, so that is how it's breaking off. All of these into two pieces. So a little latch that's supposed to be in here, it's falling out. So we need new ones. Yes. Buying this wiring harness, only the harness, is about 1,200 euros, I think. So that's not gonna happen. Instead, we are going to order new isolators and we will put them on. This one I have already taken off, as you can see. Now, the injectors, they are Denso. We are going to clean them because a new injector is about 100 euros and we have 8, so it is about 800 euros. And they are working, I think, because the engine was working when we took them out. So we're going to clean them, we're going to service them, we're going to change all the O-rings and the filter parts. We're going to wash them in the ultrasonic washer, and then we are going to check if they actually work and get cleaned and it's better. And if they're not, we have to replace them. But that's a problem for later. Now we're just going to disassemble this, and then we can start cleaning, because it is dirty. Dirty, yes, and brittle, and falling apart. So, yep, okay. So here we have all the injectors, 8 of them. We will keep the clips and we will replace all the O-rings and the small mesh filter inside, and then we will just clean them. And to do that, we have this kit that I found somewhere online, and we have all the new O-rings, we have a couple of spacers, and then we have the filters and a filter extraction tool. It looks like this. It is also, if I can do that. No, I can't do that. However, you can also open a wine bottle with that. Maybe, if you're strong enough. But yes, this is what we're going to do now. Take these apart and then clean them, and then put them back onto the clean fuel rail. So we disassemble this, we take the back O-ring off. Then we take the first spacer here, like this. Just pull it off there. It is now broken. It's easy to remove. Then we have the filter. We will do this like with the tool. Just screw out the tool a little bit. Screw it in there. Just so it sits there, and then just gently pull it. Just wiggle it a little bit, and it comes out with the remaining petrol. Nice. Oh, that's nice. Then is this a try to get this off. There. Okay, and then in the front we have the green one in this case. Just behind that, pull it off. There. Then we have the front cap. Like this, and it's loose. It's off. And then the last one. And it's broken. Yeah. There we go. All done. Here we are. Ready for ultrasonic cleaning. Really exciting. Let's see how that goes. And the cleaning process includes a injector tester and a ultrasonic cleaner with cleaning fluid. The tester is just sending an impulse to the injector, and in this case it's continuous, so it runs all the time. And the cleaner is a regular, small, cheap cleaner, but it works. It makes stuff loosen up from the injector, and this way it cleans the inside as well. I did a scientific experiment with a dirty injector and then a clean injector, and I could actually see a difference. Very hard to see on video, but there was a difference on the spray pattern, and I'm using regular brake cleaner in this case. And after the ultrasonic cleaning, I did some manual cleaning as well. Of course, putting my gloves on because safety first. And I'm using brake cleaner and paper just to try to get the dirt loose, but it was stuck too hard, so I ended up with using a steel wool product. Okay. It's really steel wool kitchen pot and span cleaner type of thing called Svinto. It also has a little bit of detergent or cleaning agent in it, so it really cleans nice. Didn't scratch too hard, so happy with that. Now we can see 8 injectors, clean and nice on the outside, hopefully also on the inside. Next up is assembling. So we're going to assemble these now, and we are going to do it from the back. We start with the filter, then we have the retainer for the upper O-ring. We have the plastic spacer in front, we have the lower O-ring and the plastic cap in the end. So we'll just start with the filters, or one filter at a time. So we take this filter, it's just supposed to be pushed in here with some force. So we use this edge here and just line it up straight, maybe. Yeah, and I push the entire thing in there, like this. And there we go, flush and nice. Okay, next up, the retainer. And the retainer has some kind of groove in it, like this. And these were pointing up, and the ones that I removed, so I will just put them on here, and they point up. Okay, the rear or upper O-ring on there, like that. Turn it around, and we use the plastic spacer, and this is also formed like some kind of mushroomy thing, and this flat side with a little lip is supposed to be towards the O-ring, and the O-ring is going to sit here, and this one on top, so we put it in like this. This should be right, so we'll try to push that in. And it is snuggish. So we'll use something like this. Plastic thing. And click. There we go. It is nicely seated. So we put the O-ring in. Come on, there you go. One of these. And then we put the cap on. And the cap is just self-explanatory. It goes in like this. There we go. Done. So now we will get on with this. We will redo this harness, I think. And we will take this cover off. All of these little plastic tubes, whatever you want to call them, are coming off. We're going to change these isolators, connections, and we will clean this up. The rest of it that's not broken or damaged. This is supposed to be like this, okay? So that's what we're going to do now. And I've got some new isolators. I've got these from the Volvo store, and they look to be the same. I got them all in the same color. I don't care about that. I just care that they are not broken and actually work. These are just breaking apart. Most of them are already broken, like this one. Yes. So the plastic has just dried up and it is, well, it's done its thing. So now it's time to replace it and make this look nice again, hopefully. First I will mark everything up. Yeah, so it's mainly the tape that's holding it together. All this plastic tubing is just cracking and falling into small pieces. So yeah, this is absolutely time for this to be renewed. So that's one side cleared of this mess, and yeah, we have a little bit of damage in there. We have a couple of wires. The wires are not damaged, but the isolation is, so we need to figure out something there. And then they had put a lot of goo in here. Gooey on this junction. So we need to clean it up and then reseal that. And then we just have to tape it up and put a new tube on. But first we need to disassemble the other side, I think. Or do we do one side at a time? It might actually be easier. Might actually be easier to do one side at a time. That's good. Okay. Next step is to remove these. And we do that with a small tool. Put into the opening in the above. And it is actually the plastic we're trying to remove because there's a small plastic clip holding this in place inside here. This, and we will push the plastic up and away. First, we need to pull this red thing out. Use this pick and see like this. Now we have disconnected the lock. It's locking the pins down. And now we can just go. This is out. So we got the first part done. I think it's the first one, completely finished, one part, really 3 parts in one. The fuel rail and the harness and the injectors. So all of them are cleaned and should work fine, I hope. The harness looks brand new. That's great. I kept the wires, I kept the 2 end connectors, but everything else is new. Looks great and should be good for at least 20 years, I hope. The fuel rail itself cleaned up really good. I'm not going to put the injectors on just yet. I blew it out with compressed air, but I think I'll rinse it with some petrol soon enough. So that's the first part. Now we'll just have to figure what we'll do next.